and very carefully move my stock to the front. Don't waste that liquid. That's a beautiful stock. See the steam coming off it? It's got a beautiful aroma to it. Now my potatoes. The trick with the potatoes is something I learned when I was traveling through Switzerland. It's called a roasty potato. Basically what you do is put the potatoes into a cold pot of water, pour cold water over the top of it, and bring it up to the boil. Once it's simmered for about a minute or so, turn the heat off and let them sit in the hot water. They will feel like they're not quite cooked, but you want them to be like that. They're sort of sticky and gluey, and it helps to bind the whole thing together. I'll show you what I mean. So with my grater here, this is quite hot. I'm not going to peel my potato. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to grate it straight into my bowl here. It is quite hot on my fingers, and I am burning, but that's all right. I can handle it for a moment anyway. There we go, all the way down to the end. Do be careful with the last little bit. I know a couple of people that have grated the palms of their hands off. It's not a nice feeling. But see this, and this is what I want you to see. The potato is a little bit gluey and sticky. You want that because that's what holds it all together. It might seem a little bit funny at the start, but once you finish, it gives the hash a beautiful texture. I'll grab one more potato out of here, just a small one. There we go, because I'm feeling a little bit hungry. And if you do this really quickly, hopefully you won't feel how hot it is. Oh, that's a hot one. There we go. So you shake your hand like that, and it gets away all that heat. The last little bit, perfect. Now this is a great sort of dish. You've got a lot of people to feed, and you want to feed them quickly, and you want to fill them up for the day. This is a brunch dish. This is definitely going to fill everyone up. With my corned beef, I'm going to slice it into pieces like this, and keep a bit of that fat in there. Look at the colour of it. See what I mean? That's what the corning or the pickling process does. It actually keeps it nice and pink like this, and I think it looks fantastic. Corned beef is beautiful as a breakfast, sliced on sandwiches, or, you know, grated up or diced up into a dish like this. It's perfect. It's nice and cheap, easy to cook, and really, really tasty. That's the most important thing. And the beauty of it is you're using every part of the animal. This is what they would consider a cheaper cut. But when it's cooked like this, there's no reason why you couldn't say this is a fantastic cut. Because it's cheap, it doesn't mean it's of any less quality. Dice it up like this, so we've got lovely little pieces. And then what I do is mix it in with my potatoes like this. It smells fantastic, just like that. Now to that, I'm going to add some onion. And I've got some red onion here. You could use white onion, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to slice this really fine all the way through the middle here like this. And I just want a little bit of onion all the way through it, just to give it some bite. Nice and fine. You could, of course, grate this if you want on the grater, but I find when you grate it, it makes your eyes water. And some spring onions. I'll cut them in half. Even more onion. This is great. It's got lovely colour all the way through here like this. You could, of course, chop this nice and fine, or put some shallots in here, or chives, whatever you've got lying around. Straight into there like that. And some parsley. I love parsley. I have parsley growing in my garden. I use it on just about everything. All you need to do is pick it off, give it a bit of a wash, and then cut it. In it goes like that. Now, when you're putting salt and pepper in here, be careful. Don't forget the corned beef has got a bit of salt in there, so it's a good idea to have a bit of a taste of it first. Nice amount of pepper in there as well. Now, this is the best part. You could, of course, use a spoon to mix it in, but I've got two perfectly good hands here, and I'm a tradesman. My job is to use my hands, and there's nothing better than feeling it as you mix it all in. I reckon your hands do the best job of mixing stuff around. It looks great already, and you can smell it. That potato is nice and sticky. It's going to hold it all together. Now, some people put egg in here if they want, but for me, this is perfect. I could keep doing this for hours, but I've got to cook it. I've got to eat it. Into my pan here, which has got a little bit of heat in the bottom of it, a touch of olive oil. Now, this is the bit you can make big ones or small ones, whatever you want to do. But for me, a lovely big bit of hash is what makes me happy. My fry pan's nice and hot, and in it goes like that. Hear that sizzle? Push it down like that. Just sprinkle it on there. Now with this, I'm going to fill the entire bottom of the pan. But I'll just go to the edge of the pan where it starts to just go around a little bit. But this will all stick together as it fries. What could be better than a nice big fry up of a breakfast? But it's missing a couple of things. I need some bacon and eggs with this baby. This will, of course, take about 10 to 12 minutes to cook till it's nice and sort of golden on both sides, and I'll very carefully flip it over. The thing you want to be careful of is cooking it too quickly. So a slow to medium heat, a little bit of olive oil in there, that'll give it a beautiful golden colour. It won't take long. But the most enjoyable part of it will be standing next to it, here, smelling that beautiful flavour as it's cooking. I'm foaming at the mouth just watching it. I can tell it's cooked. It's starting to go golden around the outside, and this is the time to turn it. And you're thinking, Richo, how are you going to do this? This looks like an impossible task. Well, here's a little tip. I grab a plate that fits on the inside of my pan here, and I just put it like that, and I grab the plate here. Now, you could do it with a tea towel if you want, but I'm going to do it with my hand. This could be quite dangerous. There's a little bit of oil around there, and you flip it over like this. Take it off the top. Look at that baby there, nice and golden. We know that this is cooked beautifully, and all you need to do is carefully slide it straight back into the pan like that. Look at that. Perfect. Now that's going to cook in a couple more minutes. It's not long till it's ready. My other pan here is ready to go because with this type of Irish hash, you need something with it. You need some bacon and eggs. And as my doctors always said, Richo, 1 slice of bacon a week. So I'll cut myself a nice slice of bacon. Not too thick. I'll have to save this for next week. Into my pan. Oh, look at this. This is the way you buy bacon. Go to your delicatessen or your butcher and buy smoky bacon like this. It's beautiful. You can see there's just a little bit of fat here. So that goes in the pan. Fat side down. Just the way I want to render some of that beautiful bacon flavour into my pan. Because when I put my eggs in there, which is not far away, I'm going to need a little bit more butter because butter always makes things tasty. And when I cook eggs, I always use butter because butter is a great indicator of how hot the pan is. When you cook eggs, you want the butter to just be sizzling away gently, and that way it's not too hot for the eggs. You can see the butter's just starting to sizzle. Look at that, that's frying off now. As soon as that butter melts, the eggs are ready to go. My bacon will be nice and warm. In goes my egg. I might even just pop this egg straight on top of that little piece of butter, so it has even more flavour. This will be ready in no time. A little bit of pepper on my eggs, because I like pepper on them as they cook, and of course, a little bit of salt. Now this is the trick with eggs. You see you've got this primary white here and the secondary white. I like it all to cook nice and evenly. This tells me my eggs are nice and fresh as it holds up there. Beautiful free-range eggs, as only I like to eat them. Now my bacon's warm on that side. I turn it over there like that. Hear that sizzle. Oh. Hash with corned beef and 2 fried eggs. A very healthy breakfast, I think. There we go. Can't believe all the smoke in here. Must be all the anticipation for this hash. Onto the plate it goes. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. Now all I need is this bacon. Just 1 rasher of bacon, please. Onto my hash like that. And then 2 fried eggs. Now you're thinking, Richo, you're not going to waste that butter, are you? No, I'm not. I'm going to use every bit of that butter straight on top of my hash. See, I'm not putting any butter on any toast. There's no toast with this dish. Look at that. What a beautiful breakfast. This is the sort of breakfast that's going to get you through the rest of the day.